Hi, my name's Phil. I like talking about politics, and in this video, I'd like to discuss why MPs voted to protect themselves but potentially endanger the public by giving themselves anonymity when arrested for serious offences. And this has been called into question again after the arrest of another MP who's been accused of rape. In fact, it calls into question just how badly MPs have damaged their own reputations with attempts to protect their wayward colleagues. But first, if you'd like to be notified of daily news and politics, please subscribe to the channel. So yesterday, the news emerged that a Conservative MP had been arrested in connection to rape and drug use accusations. The media were initially unable to name the MP for legal reasons. In the event, the arrested MP, Crispin Blunt, publicly named himself, meaning that there is now no need for anonymity. Now, I don't know what motivated him to eschew his rights to anonymity. It may have been to spare his colleagues from being unfairly suspected. It may just have been because he doesn't believe that MPs should have this level of anonymity. If it's the latter, then I agree. Don't get me wrong. People can be falsely accused, and for all I know, this person has been falsely accused. And I have every sympathy for the victims of malicious accusations because they can hang over you. For the record, it is worth noting that Blunt hasn't been charged with anything, much less convicted, so innocent till proven guilty. We shouldn't think more harshly of him just because he's a Conservative MP and his party seem to churn out these fiends on an industrial scale. But in granting MPs this enhanced level of anonymity during investigations, we put others in danger. A Conservative MP has just been suspended for assaulting a member of his staff multiple times. This is not a one-off. We know that people who work for or with MPs often complain of an abusive culture. MPs also deal with vulnerable people in their own constituencies as well. Like, imagine this. Imagine in your local community if a police officer or a teacher had been investigated for rape. They were being investigated for rape or some other very, very serious offence. And then you were going, well, who is it? And you were told that, oh no, they've got the right to anonymity and they're going to carry on doing their work and nobody's allowed to talk about the investigation in public or name them on pain of legal action. I think that would cause a bit of a public backlash. The idea that a teacher or a police officer could be going about doing their normal job while this investigation is going on, that'd be ridiculous, wouldn't it? And yet an MP, in a far better position to abuse others, should they be minded to, was in 2016 granted a level of anonymity not afforded others who might work with vulnerable people. Right now, we've got a very serious problem with trust in Westminster politics. MPs across the political spectrum who've been around for a while, say that they feel that this trust has been eroded. The steady stream of MPs being found guilty of unbecoming behaviour, from simple sleaze or corruption right up to committing very serious assaults against others. The reason why we keep having so many by-elections, for example, that is almost exclusively because of selfish or destructive behaviour of those who vacated their seats. In this Parliament alone, we've had 2 by-elections caused by death. That's it, 2. But we've had a lot of by-elections. The rest have been caused by MPs who were either convicted of serious enough criminal offences to warrant a custodial sentence, were suspended from Parliament for behaviour that most of us would describe as a serious abuse of their position, or just who threw their toys out of the pram when their awful behaviour didn't get them the payoff that they were expecting. So the idea that MPs are granted anonymity, even if arrested for incredibly serious crimes, is a barrier to earning the trust of the public. I mean, take this specific offence, rape. It has a famously very poor charge rate in this country, and cases typically take years to come to trial. Yet it has an above average conviction rate when cases are tried. The charge rate being low is simply because our criminal justice systems do not take it seriously enough or do not have the resources to take it seriously enough. And this is something that does a disservice to everyone, including the accused, if he's innocent. Because let's look at what's now going to happen. There are 3 possibilities with regards to this MP. The first is that the investigation drags on for a very long time. If it goes beyond the date when candidates will have to be selected for the general election, There's no way the Conservatives can have a suspected rapist represent them. You know, people may be thinking, well, what if he's immediately charged straight after the election? You know, so he'll lose his seat in Parliament as a result of an investigation taking too long to conduct, even if he's innocent. Second, the investigation is concluded well ahead of the general election and no charges are pressed. And you think, okay, well, this is great, isn't it? But no, that's not great either for him, because the charge rate is so low, he cannot convincingly claim that he's been found innocent, even if he is. There'll be a lot of people who'll think, well, how do we know you're not just one who got away? Like one of the many who got away. People will wonder if this is another case of the criminal justice system failing rape victims, made all the more suspicious because it's a Conservative MP. And the third possibility is that he is charged before the election, but with no prospect of that trial being completed beforehand. Even if he ultimately ends up being acquitted, far too late for his political career if he's innocent. So 3 possible outcomes, which are all possible even if he's innocent, and yet he will still suffer regardless due to the complete lack of faith in both politicians and our criminal justice system. You know, and that being said, the fact that Blunt has waived his right to anonymity will at least make the public think better of him personally. Also goes some way to demonstrating that there really is no need for this 2016 rule. There is no need for it. These people can be named. You know, before that date, MPs who'd been arrested would have been named. Absolutely no reason for this not to be the case still. In fact, attempting to hide the fact only increases the number of members of the public who will automatically think MPs are guilty of anything they're accused of. I mean, when they voted to protect themselves from being named for being arrested, when that was not the case before. And what did anything happen in 2016 to tip this over the edge? Did anything happen where there's suddenly lots of MPs really suffering very bad mental health from unfair accusations or something? No, they just randomly looked around themselves and thought, right, yeah, there's a load of rogues amongst us. This is going to be a very bad look. We're going to try and protect them. That's what they did, and that's what it looks like. And it's not really a good look, is it? Finally, it is worth just mentioning, for those who were thinking it, this won't trigger a by-election. In England, it takes an average of like 6 months for a rape charge from the date of reporting. After that, well over a year to come to trial. In fact, it takes over 2 years from reporting to conviction, after which there can be an appeal as well anyway. If this investigation goes the distance, the general election will definitely, no matter when it takes place, be long gone by the time it's over. We might actually be nearer the following one. But there we are. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. Hope you found the video interesting. If you did, please click the like button. And if you'd like to support the channel further, the join button for memberships. And until next time, I'll see you later.